Hello and welcome to Three Sisters One Heart podcast. I'm Tiffany.
I'm Shannon.
I'm Heather. And we're going to take it a little lighter this week. We're going to talk about Netflix and chill. So shows that we've been watching to keep us entertained and distracted all through this COVID, trying to stay home and when we were in lockdown and whatnot. Keep it lighter this week. But before we get into it, let's go over our trials.
So not a really huge trial, but Bobby's leaving again.
Oh, that's a trial.
That is a bummer.
Well, anytime I say something about it, everyone's like, well, you know what you signed up for, and that is the biggest thing I hate to hear. Like,
well, no,
yeah, I
mean,
realize
it's still
that,
hard.
but I don't need it thrown in my face.
Right.
No, yeah.
Yes, I realize that that's what I signed up for, but we don't know how long he's going to be gone this time. Could be a month, could be 3.
Yeah.
That's hard.
So it's the difference of, will he see me this round when he comes back, or will he see me this round when he comes back?
It'll be a surprise.
Either way, you'll be around.
I mean, more round, but yes.
Oh,
But yeah, that's my big one right now.
I don't really have any big trial this week.
Your
I mean,
eyelash is falling off.
Oh, that's rough.
That's a trial right there.
Just Joe looked up and was like, oh, that doesn't look right.
Funny antidote. Did I talk last week about how Nova's been working, so she has like just completely disposable income. She's
rich.
She's rich. She's been wanting to buy stuff for cosplay characters, which is fine. She bought these eyelashes.
Oh gosh.
They're like spiders. Like
There's
huge.
no way she put those on.
She put one on. It was like walking around. I was like, how are you gonna wear those? She's like, well, they're just for like photos and stuff. I was like, I don't think I could do
I'm
that.
not even wear it for photos. Yeah.
They were huge, like palm fronds.
Well, no, these ones.
something.
I'm just testing these ones
Those
out
ones
to
look
see
great.
how I like
Yeah,
them.
they look good.
They're big though.
magnetic ones.
Oh, how were they to get on?
They popped right on, but apparently they're not staying.
Yeah.
So I looked over and I was like, that looks wrong.
Is it the kind with like the magnetic glue?
No,
Or are
it's,
they like a top and a bottom piece?
No, it's like an eyeliner. The glue, or it's not glue. It's like the eyeliner is magnetic.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
goes, boop.
That's awesome.
And I didn't think it
love
actually
that.
work.
I had bought for them at Christmas time some like little magnetic ones, but they were so hard. Like they're hard to put on.
You have to have it just right.
Yeah, and they had a hard time with them, and then they lose them. I found one stuck to the side of the dryer, just chilling.
That's the worst.
So anyhow,
What's your trial?
Okay, so I didn't have a rough week. We're still dealing with the septic stuff. The process is slow. I haven't heard really much more from that. We're kind of at a pause until I hear something from the septic people. So, nothing has really changed there.
It still is anxiety, dude.
It is, and I'm trying not to let it bother me.
Yeah.
Because it is. And that's the thing, like, there's a couple things coming up, and I'm concerned about the money. I still don't know what, like, the total is going to be at. And we're fine, but it just makes a difference of whether I can plan to do this or that when I might not, like, be financially at that point okay to do that. But that is not my trial this week. My trial this week is that my gym closed down.
Oh, yeah.
I actually attend 2 gyms. One is like a regular type of standard gym with like workout equipment and weights and stuff. And then the other one is mostly classes. And I like them both. I really love the one that's just classes. The people are really great.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. So last week, my little gym closed down. So I was like, oh, where am I gonna go? The closest other gym is like 20 minutes away, and that's just not realistic for me. I work out in the morning. I liked that my gym was a 5-minute walk. It was perfect.
Just right there.
And then
Wait. The
Ultra?
closest one closed or closed just for
closed for good.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ultra was
Why am I
closed.
just-
And then
I
Florida
take it back. I have a trial.
Okay.
I'm upset that I can't be upset about the gym closing because I should have been in the gym this entire time.
I'm
Your back
so
is messed
upset.
up.
We just got back, from being under lockdown or whatever. But they're just
a lot of businesses didn't
They
make
couldn't
it.
make
through
it.
this.
Well, St. Augustine Get Fit, or Florida Get Fit, same thing. They, we just found out that they will be closing at the end of the month. and it sucks because these are like little places, but they've been around for a handful of years.
Yeah.
Like they've had some staying power.
There's strong local gyms.
But this couple of months, they're just gone.
I will say this: it's gonna be nice to not hear them flipping tires in the morning
Oh yeah.
behind the gym because we live
I
so
never
close
flipped
to
any
it.
tires.
And they do like the, gosh, what's it called?
I didn't know that they did that at
They
this
didn't
one.
have classes. They
Like
just
the
had
boot camp
equipment
ones, they
for it.
take big ass tires and
Yeah.
flip them
Oh,
behind and flip it on concrete. And we live so close that all you hear is thunk, thunk,
Do
thunk.
you hear it when you're asleep?
Yes.
Wow.
It wakes me up in the mornings.
Oh, that
And it
sucks.
sucks when they do it on Sundays.
Well, you won't have that anymore because they're closed, which is a bummer. I'm bummed. I've been trying to like hunt down
Something
weights
will
and
open
stuff.
up close soon.
I don't know though.
I think it's going to be a
I think
while
it's gonna
before the
be
economy
at
comes back to a
least
point
a
that
handful
people
of
that I'll
open.
agree with.
At least a handful of months. No one wants to take that kind of risk right now.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to hunt
All
down.
it takes is one maybe positive and everything gets shut down.
Yeah. I've been trying to hunt down weight plates because Becky, when we were in quarantine, she had an extra bench, an extra bar, and she brought those over to me, which is awesome. And I just needed weight plates, but they've been so freaking expensive. And I found some on Swip Swap, but the person flaked on me, which sucks. I'm like, I'm buying from you. Why
Yeah.
are you flaking? I tell you, Swip Swap for me is like
It's
Yeah,
rough.
it's hit or
mixed bag.
miss.
It's a mixed bag. But I finally found someone and got 110 pounds of weight for $100, which is really good because they're
Not
going
bad,
about a dollar a pound is really good right now. Most places are
They're like-
charging $2
Oh
a
wait, I
pound
thought
or
that's
more.
what you were saying. Flaked. So good. The really
Oh, yeah.
good deal is still.
Yeah. I ended up getting a better deal. So
Good.
that's awesome. So it's a trial,
The
but maybe
universe
it's a triumph.
provides.
We're trying to like, we don't really have a big space in my house. I've been like working out in my kitchen or my living room, and that's
Yeah.
even not really enough
Yeah.
space. So Chris he knows I've been bummed, so he cleaned the porch off for me this
Oh, that's nice.
That
of
is
a couple of
him.
days ago, just like trying to help get things ready. And we bought some. We want to screen the porch in, but we just don't have the
It's too
the
expensive
very
right
income,
now.
expensive.
the extra income right now for it. So we instead bought some curtain rods, which I know this sounds crazy, but I'm like, cross your fingers it works. We bought some curtain rods to do some curtains, but the curtains, instead of being like regular curtains, I bought drop cloths that are canvas. So they're like
so-
heavier,
yeah.
sturdier, and then
They
I
withstand the weather better.
yeah, and then I sewed nuts, like heavy nuts, into the bottom to give
Oh,
it
to
more
weight it.
So it
weight.
stays.
I was like, you
So
did
that
what?
won't just be like flopping,
Why did you
like
sew
metal,
nuts all
like metal
over it?
nuts.
Yeah.
Just in the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah,
Metal
I
nuts.
I
Yeah.
totally had like
Pecans.
Peanuts. Creatures are gonna get those.
No, you kidding me? Like I want to bring more
That's
creatures
all I
into my
thought.
life.
What is she
The
thinking?
last thing I need is more
I'm so
critters.
glad you thought that too.
That's so funny. I should have
I
specified metal
pictured
nuts.
it. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
Is I pictured. I was like, oh god.
That would be nice though.
So we
'cause
can
you
have a
make it
little
almost like a little
privacy. Yeah.
oasis.
Yeah, we have a little more privacy. Part of it is like
Get
I work
you
out
a,
first thing in the morning, then people are
A
just
portable
driving
AC
to work,
and
and
just
I'm all
stick it on there when you're
nervous.
working out.
Well, I thought the same thing because we saw bugs.
Yeah.
You know, so I was thinking like maybe like you have that big stand-up fan, maybe something like that, just so the air is moving.
I would do a portable AC.
Yeah, but then it's just blowing out.
Well,
into
no, like the
oblivion.
more air is better. Like an industrial sized fan or
Yes.
something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Something major,
The way
not
the
just that
bugs-
little stand-up thing. Something big.
Yeah.
That way the bugs can't even.
Well,
don't even
that'll
have
be
a
next on the
chance.
list. We still have to get a couple more curtain rods. We just did enough for half to try it out and make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First,
make
'cause
sure
it's-
before you really
It
commit.
still is a little bit of a cost, you know. It's still
Yeah.
it's still costly, but way cheaper than screening it in. But we'll see how it goes. Cross your fingers it goes well. Because I do not want to. I work really hard, and I am not about to let circumstances.
Yeah.
After I work so hard just to get to work out every day, like I'm not gonna let stupid circumstances get in my way.
Yeah.
Persevere.
Persevere. That's right.
So Netflix and chill.
All
Which I
right.
think was super cute.
Yeah.
Except
Especially since we're
Would
all
be-
married.
the Urban Dictionary, that's not cute. So
I mean,
I'm just being
depends
silly.
on who you ask.
yes.
So yeah, we have had a lot of downtime on our hands, and you know, I would like to say like, oh, we did all of these other things. We did hobbies and we played board games and we did.
We did not.
We did those things.
Nope.
At all.
Crafts.
We've played video games.
That
and
works
watch
too.
TV.
Well, and that's the thing.
And
In
beat
the
all the
end,
video
we've
games.
all watched TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all been watching some more TV, even more than usual. Shannon, I know you do not watch much TV or
No.
movies. You've never been.
I'm not a TV person.
She's a TV person.
I'm
You
asleep. I fall asleep. My body, I either fall asleep or I stress. I'm not really sure why, but I've heard it for other people with anxiety that kind of like scrolling through Facebook.
Oh yeah.
I'll scroll through it for hours and couldn't tell you one thing that happened.
Oh, same.
But it's just like
It's
it's
something to
something to
occupy
do
your
and it
mind.
occupies me enough. But TV doesn't give me that.
Interesting.
It doesn't occupy me enough. There's still too much room.
Yeah,
for
your
my
mind
brain to
wander.
work.
Mm-hmm.
But and if it's not that, then I am relaxed to the point that I just fall asleep. So I don't know. I've always been a big sleeper.
Oh yeah.
I've always I remember, gosh, even when I was like 12, 13, when it was like the cool thing to do to stay up late, like I've just never gone through that phase.
Nope.
No.
So it's not my thing. So I do have a couple of shows. What was the one that I think everybody got into?
Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Let's
We
talk Tiger
all
King.
watched that.
We know you all watch Tiger King too. So
Carol Baskin did it.
you know, I was
Absolutely.
the first 2 episodes. I was like, maybe not. She
You're like,
seems
give her
to
the
love
benefit
the
of the
animals.
doubt.
By the end, I'm totally for that she did it too.
She loves the animals. I helped her out.
And I appreciate.
She fed him. I mean,
I appreciate
either
like
that or he's in that sewer.
that she cares for them and she
Yeah, for
loves
sure.
them and stuff, but as a vegan and ethically speaking, I kind of always thought that those kind of places, like those rehabilitation centers and stuff, were positive. They're not a zoo, they're a rehabilitation, they're taking in these, but then
You see, there's also a
honestly,
dark side to
there's
it.
Yeah.
a dark side, yeah. And it really just kind of gave me food for thought in that way, and
You know
it
what
was
kind of
crazy
blows my
entertaining.
mind, though, is that, and I don't remember the names, but Carol Baskin's Reserve, or whatever they call them, they have cages, obviously,
Yeah.
and they're smaller.
Much
Yeah.
The
smaller
people
and
she's
much
trying to
more
bring down.
they're dinky and less
Substantial. They
yeah,
don't have
extravagant as Joe Exotic's was.
Right.
His was huge and
Yeah.
had plenty of space for them.
See, but
Although
I
he-
say plenty, but
he
he,
was
had
crazy.
entirely too many.
oh, he
he's
was
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
I was really upset about the fact that they kill the animals.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have an idea that sometimes that's going on, but you don't really realize puppy mills
Well,
kind
his
of
wasn't.
thing. They're
Joe's wasn't
really-
a rescue.
They're really for profit.
Yes,
for sure.
100%. Whereas
Ugh.
Carol Baskin's is actually a rescue.
What about that crazy man running for election?
Oh my
That's
gosh.
hysterical.
You know what? I was kind of surprised he didn't
While
win.
also being a country singer.
Oh, that
Oh
was
no,
fake.
it's come out that's not him at all.
That's
singing.
totally not him.
No, it's not, but he was trying to be.
so
Terrible.
bad.
Although that video where he has the Carol Baskin lookalike
Yeah.
feeding meat to the ant
That's-
tigers,
that
that
was
was
funny.
pretty great.
King of petty. He won.
Yeah,
100%.
true.
Any way that you could get at her.
She got a zoo in the end.
Yeah,
though.
she did win.
I don't
And
think
he's
I don't think he
And
won.
he's in prison,
Yeah, for trying to
Yeah.
kill her.
so she won, but
I think
And-
that's why it's you can poke fun at it because she's
Did
gotten
anyone
she's
really-
gotten her
Yeah.
yeah.
her say.
But yeah, everyone watched that. I loved all the memes. Those memes got me through
Yeah.
lockdown.
Yes,
Oh
they
my
did.
God, they applied so many ways
Mm-hmm.
to our
I think
life
our
at the
group
time.
chat was ding 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 ding.
I know.
Constantly, and Mom's like, I don't understand.
I
Did
know.
Mom ever watch it?
She did.
Yes.
I don't know if she
I don't
finished
think
it.
she finished
What?
it, but she watched some.
Yeah, because
So-
she had to borrow my Netflix, and
I
I
didn't
was
know
like,
there were people who did
I couldn't remember the
start
password.
and not finish.
I couldn't. You can't look away.
I know.
It's
It's
like
a
a train
train
wreck.
It's so
it's
funny.
crazy. I watched the whole thing and
Yeah.
if I do watch TV, I binge watch.
Yeah.
There is no in between.
Yeah.
It's the most bizarre thing.
It's
to
like,
me.
no, it's 3 a.m., but I gotta keep
Yeah.
going.
What's one more episode at this point?
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have shows for us or my family? It's shows that I watch that are me shows.
Mhm.
The shows that I watch that are Chris and me shows. and shows that or movies for that matter that we watch that is like for the family.
They have their family show. They do Star Wars, and what was
yeah.
that? There was like a Star Wars. I don't want to call it a spin-off.
Mastodon.
Mandalorian.
Yeah. That's what
yeah, we all watched that.
But I've never gotten into it, and I can't.
We liked that.
But that usually was what and I usually have to do schoolwork, which meh.
I'm a classic the first 3 Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
After that, I get a little like, meh.
Not
And
so
then
much.
this Mandalorian, I'm like, I can't even keep up anymore.
No.
I don't know who's who. I don't know what's
We
happening.
watched it.
I did love the baby Yoda.
Yes.
So cute.
That was like the family show, and I would kind of sometimes be in the same room, but I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the first thing about it. I do have this one show that I watch, and it's so bad that it's good, but it's based off. It's supposed to be almost like picking fun at soap operas.
Oh. Okay.
And it's called Jane the Virgin.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that?
It's
She was artificially inseminated.
a telenovela.
A telenovela,
Yeah.
Which isn't that like the Spanish version?
Of a soap opera,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah. It's very good. I loved Jane the Virgin. I watched that through.
I'm not quite finished. And then I did watch Working Moms.
Oh, I liked Working
That
Moms.
was hysterical. And I think that there should be more shows like that.
I agree.
You're not perfect. Nobody is. And it's okay. I think shows like that are really good for just everybody.
What about so for us, our kids are getting older. We watched a lot of movies that we liked when we were kids, or movies that have a lot of movies to watch. For instance, we haven't made it through, but we started watching the Trimmers movies.
The boys have seen all of them.
There are 5 or 6 Trimmers movies.
It sounds like a terrifying.
It's
corny.
It's stupid, but my boys shouldn't have seen it already.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
little. Mine are older,
But
so
I did not do it.
But,
put that out there. That was not my doing.
they've liked them. It's good for lighter fare,
Just have something in the background.
Right. And then we've also we've been watching with them other movies too, Resident Evil movies, which those are more for me than for them because I really love Mila Jovovich, however you say her name. I think she's amazing. I've loved her since The Fifth Element.
Tomb Raider.
Oh my God, yeah.
Or Lara Croft. Is it Lara Croft?
Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
I loved that game when I was little. If I were to play video games, I would totally get back into that.
We watched 10 Things I Hate About You with them.
That's
which
a good one.
I love because they're at an age where they're kind of moody. So
Kinda.
well,
They're
we'll
teenagers.
suggest. We'll be why don't we watch this? What's it about? And then they watch it and they love it. We watched Moulin Rouge. It took so much convincing to get them to watch Moulin Rouge, and then they were they were crying a little bit, but they were so excited. They loved it. They loved it.
I even whenever you guys were over the other night,
we watched Hamilton.
They cried, didn't they?
I did hear Ani cry.
Got
at
a
one
little
point.
emotional, yeah.
But I couldn't even sit and watch it. I've definitely never been into musicals.
Very long. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That was fun though. I like stuff like that. And Aubriana absolutely loved it.
Yeah, she did. I was surprised she sat through the whole
I
thing.
thought she would get bored an hour in.
She was into it.
She was totally all about it.
Yeah.
So.
As far as scary movies go,
I don't do scary.
We watched The Ring with them.
Oh, God.
And it was so awesome because if you guys remember in The Ring, they watch a VHS tape.
Yes.
So all the tech was super outdated and the cell phones and stuff. It was good and they were spooked enough, but it was outdated enough
to where they're
that it was
nah.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, the last scary
it wasn't
movies
so scary.
I did was Saw.
Oh,
All the Saw
that's
movies.
intense.
Yeah.
I can't do them.
I
I can't
can't.
do scary anymore.
I can't
It's
do any
that
Saw
could
movies.
actually happen.
Yeah, I can't do any
Somebody
Saw
could be
movies.
that crazy.
Torture movies. I'm not
Yeah.
into those.
No.
We want to watch the Blair Witch Project with them next, I think.
I haven't
because
seen that in years. That was a good one.
They were asking like, oh, what scary movies like are really scary to you? And that to me was like one of the first scary movies.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be a good one too, because that one also will be outdated, because also again they have like VHS cameras and you know that they're, what do they call them, video camcorders.
Yeah.
They're like using camcorders and stuff, and it's all shaky. And like nowadays, like every reality TV show is shot with, what do they call it? Handheld type, like person, you know, documentary style filming. So
it was really like the start of an era.
it really was.
I've never put that together before.
It was so scary to me because I remember it came out, I was like 14, and 14, maybe 15.
Yeah.
And I worked in a restaurant, and in the back we listened to the radio all the time. And so like on the radio stations, they just kept talking about it and hyping it up and talking about how it's real. I don't know if you guys remember that, but they presented it like this is a true story.
Yeah, I remember.
And I saw that movie, and I didn't even watch it in the movie theaters. I watched it at home. Like I rented it. I watched it in the daytime.
So you blockbustered it.
It spooked the crap out of me.
Yeah.
And I believed it. It was like, I was like, this could be real. I was shocked when they said it was like just a publicity
100%
thing.
yeah.
What was your first movie in theaters? It just made me think of that.
Oh God.
Mine was Titanic, and I remember.
That was your first movie?
I'm pretty sure that's when my disdain for movies and sitting still began, because I was
That's such
like,
a long movie.
it's never gonna end. It was awful. It had an intermission.
I don't know. First movie I can remember. I don't know. That's hard. I feel
don't remember.
I have the worst. I have a terrible memory. First off,
Well, I don't know that it's the first.
no way. You
That's
saw
not
movies
true.
before
That's
that.
not true.
Kid
That's
movies.
making it sound like my mom never took me to the movies.
Yeah.
She did. That was the first movie I ever went to alone.
Right. Oh,
Without-
alone.
Oh, I don't remember.
I'll tell you this.
Not even a little.
I remember barely being maybe 11, 12 years old and going to Potbelly's with Aunt Mandy for a late night viewing of Hellraiser, and remembering Mom would totally hate knowing that I watch this. Like, oh
She
my
would kill
God.
us.
And I, to this day, I can't watch horror movies like that. Like, gory movies are not my thing. I like a scary, suspenseful movie.
Yeah.
I want a whodunit, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not just a gore fest.
As like a teenager, I thought Potbelly's is gross. Like they have food, they can smoke, they
I
can
loved
drink.
Potbelly's.
And now I'm like, I would love to eat and drink while I had watched a movie.
Well, now it's called like the Corazon Theater, and they still do movies, but they also do like trivia nights and stuff. And we were doing trivia nights for a while. That's was
fun.
Really fun because it was early. It was like started at 6, done by 8.
right, so
was,
you're,
like,
you don't have to be
perfect.
out late.
It was like on a Wednesday or Thursday or something. We should look. I don't know if they're doing it right now. Actually, with all
no,
this
probably
COVID
not.
stuff.
Well, if life ever goes back to normal, we should do that because I'm terrible at trivia, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
So.
And then we weren't always great at it either, you know.
I'm terrible at trivia because I never watch movies,
Yeah.
and I feel like they're always about movies.
Lauren, we were going with Lauren, and she's really good with trivia. She has an amazing memory.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm always so jealous. So she was always pretty good about it.
Ben's
It
pretty
depended on the
good.
category for me, you know.
Like Ben is one of those obnoxious people that it doesn't matter what subject you spit out. He's like, it's okay. We can pause. We ordered food. It's on the way. But yeah, Ben's one of those obnoxious people that it doesn't matter like what subject you throw at him. He knows something.
Yeah.
He knows something about it. So he typically knows what he needs to know.
Also, I would say with the kids, we watched like Annika likes cooking shows, like Cutthroat Kitchen.
Oh, the boys
Yeah.
have watched Nailed It and
Oh,
all
yeah,
the ones like that,
yes.
and they
Yeah.
love it. And Matthew loves it. Jack's like, can we watch my shows? And puts on Power
Aw.
Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Brianna came in telling me about she's watching it. It's like I feel like it's like a cartoon version of Twilight. It's like
Oh, the Vampire Babysitter movie?
something. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Mine went through that phase.
and she's
a
like,
few years
it's
back.
so good. And I'm like, clearly you didn't get that from me. 'Cause
It's
she
a
is
little
pumped.
cheesy. It's like one of those Disney Channel movie type
Yeah.
TV shows that they turn into a movie. but it's good. It was cute. Mine went through. They're too old for it now, but like they really liked it when they were young enough. Have you guys? Have your kids been watching? You said she's been watching.
They've been watching more. I'm not even going to try to pretend that my kids don't have an obnoxious amount of screen time.
Yeah, I feel a lot of kids do right now.
They have to do their chores. Brianna has to do her math facts. There's things that they have to do, but they're just getting a lot of media. There's nothing else for them to do. And plus,
I can't say what the boys have done this summer, like for
That's
weekdays,
hard,
because I only have them every other weekend.
Yeah.
And we try and get out and do stuff with them, or we play video games because it's just we will Mario Kart and do stuff like that together. But it's what we'd like to do as a family.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's even like the video games. Like Zoe, she's so social, and like that's her time with her friends.
Yeah.
Like we're not having play dates and things like that. The last play date we tried to plan, we thought was safe, and the day before, the mom found out that somebody at her gym had been exposed to COVID. So of course we had to cancel. But it's just like, they can't see their friends. This is hard on them.
Yeah.
It is hard on them.
So I'm not going to stress about it. It's just there's a lot of media happening, and that's just what it is.
Now, Heather, like you said, you haven't had the boys, but then also Bobby, he's not here all the time. So, like, what are you watching when it's just you?
I make myself have nightmares.
Oh, do you? You like
Forensic Files?
Forensic Files,
Knew it.
Cold Case.
Yes.
I've already watched all of the new Unsolved Mysteries.
Don't tell me. I haven't talked about it yet.
Second
am
episode,
so stoked.
he's so guilty.
Oh,
and you'll
gosh.
know. You'll understand.
I
so
I did.
guilty.
I went through years.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Creepers.
I went through years that I was hooked on anything like that, and Ben's like, "Are you like studying?"
Bobby,
Yeah.
Bobby's like, "How can you sit here and watch this?" I was watching Disappeared and stuff like that. I was like, it's intriguing. Like, where
Unsolved
did they go?
Mysteries is harder for me. I like Forensic Files. I like when they find
Where
the
they're
bad
able
guy.
to solve it. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes on like Disappeared, they at the end they're like, well, this is what happened. We ended up finding it after this was aired.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And some of them's not as murder. It's like, hey, this person fell down and
I can't
was
remember.
wedged in a spot and we couldn't find them.
Ugh,
Oh,
awful.
I can't remember what it was that Allie was watching, but one day I was like texting her because Ben had frustrated me. It was something very trivial.
Well,
And I was like,
As
this
they
is
do.
grounds for a homicide. She's like, what did he do? And I am, by the way, the best person to ask because I've been binge watching Forensic Files. And I was like, that's why
I
you're
know
my
how
best
to do
friend.
all the things. Just where are we going? Tell me when.
She's like, I'm your girl. And I'm like, yes.
What you already screwed up. Y'all left it on social. You had it on. You had
And we had
paper
traces.
trails.
yeah, you already messed up.
It was something like he took the keys out of my car or my
Oh,
purse.
that's what it was. I remember.
Better get your tiger on
That's
order.
the biggest frustration. Okay, now I have to explain this because I sound like a brat. But I have keyless entry.
Mm-hmm.
Push start everything, so my keys stay
Just
in
in
my
your
purse,
The car.
and I don't ever have to touch them. So whenever I get in my car and I push the button and it doesn't work, it's infuriating. Because my husband drove my car, which I don't even care. Just throw him back in the purse. That's all we're
Right.
gonna do. So yeah, if he ever comes up missing,
I freaking
Sorry.
love true crime stories, and it's crazy because I'm a very gentile person by nature, but like
Absolutely.
I
But I'm
love
like,
me a
what
good whodunit.
happened?
Yes, love it.
Yeah.
And I have been watching the new Unsolved Mysteries, and I love it. I love that they kept the original theme song.
Yes.
I did see an article where people were like, you had like the old school people that were like, they changed the format because if you ever
Yeah,
watch the
it's
old ones.
freaking-
They like do
it
like
was like
a
40
couple-
years old.
Well, they do a couple of cases
Yeah.
pretty quick in the
Yeah.
one episode. Now they like honing in with the interviews and
But
stuff.
they give you more information,
I think it's
more
great.
details.
I
I'd
think
rather
there's
have that.
pros and cons
I
on
like
both
both.
sides.
I like both, but it does spook me. And since they're unsolved, I can only watch maybe one or so, and like I try to watch it
I
during the
totally
day.
have to like put some Family Guy on going to bed.
Yeah. Switch to
Yeah.
Oh, we've been watching
Have something
Brooklyn
stupid on
Nine-Nine.
in the-
SpongeBob.
No, well, I don't think I
SpongeBob.
found SpongeBob of any of the viewing
Brianna
platforms
asked
we
me
have.
the other day, she's like, am I old enough to watch SpongeBob? I'm like, you will never be old enough to watch SpongeBob because I cannot handle SpongeBob.
Aw, watch it on your own time. That's what
My
I would
boys
say.
like it.
Yeah, a lot of kids.
It's obnoxiously
It
stupid.
absolutely is.
I don't need to teach them how to be that way.
They're not gonna be that way.
So to kind of piggyback on the true crime and the forensic files and the unsolved mysteries, which is fabulous, I have been watching Cults and Extreme Beliefs.
Ooh.
I saw that, and I'm just wondering if I should get into it or not.
It's good. I'm about
is it a
halfway
short
through.
series,
It's only
though?
like 8 episodes.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of like
Some of the stuff I knew, and some of it I was like,
Isn't there one that was like obviously like pedophilia?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Children of the Sun,
Yeah.
or
that's
Children.
not-
Oh no, sorry. What are they called? Children of something. Children of God. Yeah,
Mhm.
and it was like Christian
I always
based, but
want
it
to make
turned
it under
a lot
give
of
religion
their
a
like
bad name.
Yeah.
information and their beliefs centered around free love, which sounds great. Like, oh my god, everyone loves
It
everyone.
sounds beautiful.
But it was pedophilia. It was
Yeah.
like exposing children to things way too
Oh,
young.
God.
And like actually, that one is a really good episode though, because it shows like it was a more kind of a fairly newer
Mhm.
Yeah.
cult, because it came around in the 70s, and so then the byproduct is these children that are grown now that were children of the
think it's
people that
normal.
started it, that they interview a little bit, and like you get to see like how that should have affected them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
One of them actually killed themselves. Yeah.
I watch a YouTube and I can't remember what it's called, but it's
Oh, I know which one. It's like Makeup and Murders.
well, Murder, Mystery, and Makeup. I love
Yeah.
that. But
that sounded cool
also
to me,
there's
too.
one that is like it's similar. It's 3 girls that got out of I want to say like
FDL.
FDL, like polygamy.
Yeah.
I think that they're different types of polygamy or different.
Well, lots of
Sectors.
different cultures and stuff have believe in polygamy.
But like they help rescue girls out that want to, or
That sounds
guys
cool. They
that
do
wanna
talk
come
about
out.
the
Yeah.
the FDLS. I think I'm saying
Yeah.
that right. That is one of the episodes.
Yeah.
They talk about the FDLS.
I did
It's a very thin line between religion and cults.
yes, I did restart watching. Oh gosh, not NCIS. It was
Oh, I definitely can't rewatch.
I can't watch the NCIS. The
No,
military stuff
CS
just ugh. Oh, CSI.
the
came
CSI.
by.
Well, the
Not
military
Miami.
stuff
I don't like the
No, it's
guy.
the original one.
Oh,
with
yeah, I like the
original.
with the good-looking, tall, dark, and handsome.
Great guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Um,
like that one too.
with the Gideon and all them on it.
Yeah,
I like-
we watched through all of those.
On the NCIS, what was her name? It's been years, but
Eva?
the real spunky. Was it Eva?
The scientist research girl.
Yeah, what was her name?
Oh no, she's got black hair and she's kind of like gothish.
Yeah. She has like the fun pom
Oh,
poms
I
a
don't
lot.
remember her name.
I like the
I haven't seen it in so long.
CIS nerdy girl better personally.
Yeah?
Yeah. What's her name with the blonde
Penelope.
hair? Yeah,
Oh.
Penelope.
Shannon's dog's name.
Yeah. Yeah, I like her better, but I couldn't get into NCIS. Mom and Matt watched it for a while, and I like try to watch some episodes with them. All the military like rules and jargon and stuff, I just can't. I can't.
Like,
There's
you
too
can't
many
keep
things.
up?
It's too many things.
I feel
Like-
that way about Harry Potter.
Oh, listen, let's watch
I
some
like
Harry
some Harry
Potter.
Potter.
Yeah, let's marathon some Harry Potter.
Allie
My
was-
girls definitely have watched some
They're
Harry
coming out
Potter.
with a new one. Just
No.
saying.
What?
Yes. The Cursed Child or something like that.
Oh,
wow.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
No,
Not
I
that you
was
care, but-
talking to Allie, and she's like, "How familiar are you with Harry Potter?" I was like, "I know, like he like was like abandoned and like treated like shit, and he went and learned some magic.
Well, he always had the magic.
He had it.
Someone tried to kill him. Lots of people tried to kill him. Apparently, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
or several. I don't know.
So podcasts. Have you guys been listening to any podcasts?
Okay, just started a new one today because I was bored at work. I was tired of listening to music. I was like, I need something new. So I went under comedies.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this one, and it's called Call Her Daddy.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
It's a racy one. I'm just going to warn
Well,
you there.
tell us about it.
Absolutely racy. And they talk about... Shannon's not going to like this podcast.
So I like a little.
You
racing.
might.
Let's
It was
hear it.
freaking
What am I, like
hilarious.
the prude?
No, but I don't think you're going to like it.
That's hysterical to me that this is how life has turned out.
Well, but tell us
But they
what's the
talk about
premise.
everything, like sex-wise. You can somebody questioned in like, "Hey, I won't use that one actually. It's a little too racy." Mom might be like, "What the hell, Heather?" But they.
Oh, I see what you mean. I am a little more not sheltered, but I don't discuss things.
No.
So
Me and
much.
Tiffany do.
Yeah.
That's why I just skip over you. But like they have people write into them and they're like, hey, I wanted, today's episode was nudes are forever. And they're saying, would guys think it's weird if that you sent them a nude that obviously you didn't take by yourself, you had somebody else take it?
I never put that much thought into it before.
I don't think a guy would think that.
No, absolutely
Yeah,
not.
They'd be like,
that's what they were like.
Person, yeah.
They wouldn't care. And they were like, and if you ever send an old nude and iCloud's against you, because if that person has iCloud, it'll
tell them the date it
yes.
was taken.
Oh, wow.
They're like, so here's what you do: you screenshot that nude
Crop
and you
it.
send it, and then it gives you today's date.
Nah, I'm not about like
Okay.
what's that called? That's like catfishing.
If it's a good one, it's a good one.
Yes, that's what they said. They're like, look, if you got a hot one that's your go-to, I mean, okay.
You're like, this is me 10 years ago. Enjoy it.
You might not want to go that far back.
Well,
She was saying how she had sent an EXO one that was from like January or something, and he was like, "What the fuck? Who else are you sending this to?" And because it was way back in January, she was like, "Oh,
Awkward.
oops."
now if you like a little risque podcast, you can't listen to it at work without your headphones. In.
I only have headphones at
But
work.
I put my top 5 current top 5 podcast list down on here just for funsies. 'Cause I figured we would go through the TV and movies pretty quick. Number 4 is Savage Lovecast. Check out Savage Lovecast. If you liked Loveline, do you remember Loveline?
Mm-mm.
Like, it would come on late at night. Like, I'm talking like 10 o'clock at night on the radio. And it was like 3 doctors, and they had different expertise. But
Oh, right. It was like Dear Abby that they would call in.
But usually about stuff that had to be based around sexuality in general. And so people call them with the craziest questions and stuff, and then they would like discuss it and help them through it. Sometimes people would call it about different, abuses and stuff, and they really, really can help them. Savage Lovecast is done by Dan Savage. He's kind of like the Dear Abby of sex.
Okay.
Right? Like advice and stuff. And so he's been around for a long time. I want to say like 20 years or something.
Wow.
Very well established. It's very interesting. It does help you kind of like open your mind a little to stuff, because some of these questions, they're not like the Loveline questions. They're like, some of them are like, holy shit, I never would have thought about that. And a lot of them have to do with like navigating this modern world. And so, I don't know, it's just really interesting. And sometimes it's like a mixed bag. Like sometimes the questions are like heartfelt, and sometimes they're like just raunchy.
All the questions on this one are like, oh,
really?
Well, now I'm intrigued.
Right. Check out Savage Lovecast.
Now I need to know.
Because I think you would really like it.
Oh god, yeah.
That's funny.
I think
the whole podcast is just train wreck. You just got to.
I'm gonna have to check it out too.
I love that you're
raunchy.
like, number 4 is.
Yeah, I rated them because that's how they are. Number 1 and 2 are actually switched. They were the other direction for a while, but I'll just start from 5 and I'll work my way up. So number 5 is Chick Peeps, which I really enjoy. It's a vegan podcast run by the actress Evie. Oh crap, I can't think of her last name. The actress who played Luna Lovegood in the Harry Potter movies.
Okay.
And it has a couple of different vegan advocates, and they talk about all kind of topics. The only thing is that I've been vegan for a long time, and some of this stuff is really good and informational, and some of the stuff is like, I know these things.
Yeah.
So they're in, I think, their 2nd or 3rd season. They took a little hiatus when she was on Dancing with the Stars, and I'm having a harder time getting back into it. So that's why it's at number 5. I really do love it. I enjoyed it. I listened through the whole first, I think it was 1 season before they had to take a break. And that was really good. I had a harder time getting back into it the 2nd time around. So it would be 5 would be Chick Peeps, 4th would be Savage Lovecast, and then 3 would be, 3rd would be Lore. You would like that. Okay, so Lore is a podcast, and what I really like about it is this person that's speaking is an author. So he writes, and he writes this like beautiful words, and then he tells these stories, and they're usually about mythos and stuff. So it could be about, I don't know,
Like folklore and
werewolves
all
or
that.
goblins or absolutely
Maybe.
anything, and like
Yeah.
where they could have roots, and like he usually like leaves it on a question like perhaps they don't exist, perhaps they do, or something. You know what I'm saying? Like he has like
Yeah.
a soothing but also very poignant voice,
Suspenseful.
and I really enjoy listening
Yeah.
to it. So you would maybe like that one too. That one you could listen to at work and it wouldn't be scandalous.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I'm in my own head.
And
So,
almost tied for second and first.
and that's why we drink and wine and crime.
And that's why we drinking wine
You've
and
mentioned them
crime
before.
because
They're
they're
your
my favorites.
They're so good.
I am getting really close to, well, not really close, but much closer than I was to being caught up with Wine and Crime. They've been around for, I want to say 3 years. I want to say they started in
I
2017.
can't do with their accents. I don't. It just
If
If you
irks
can
me
get past
so
the
much.
opening, they're mostly joking. Their accents aren't even that heavy. They're from Minnesota, so they
Oh,
like
yeah.
It's strong.
but they introduce it saying like, hey, or it's just like, this is Wine and Crime, where we drink wine and talk crime and unleash our worst Minnesotan accents. But they say it in funny Minnesotan accents, and then they introduce themselves. If you can get past that
I've
first
tried.
bit,
It's
I
just too
love
heavy.
it. It's not. It's fine. I want some hot dish so bad. If you have a good hot dish recipe, put it in the link below. Because I never even knew it was a thing. They also have these like cheeseburgers that have like the cheeses on the inside, but they don't call it a cheeseburger. They call it something else.
Oh.
They have their own weird wonky foods, and I think we should just have a Minnesotan evening of junk food.
I'm down.
I'm pregnant.
Hot
I want
dishes.
whole
It doesn't
food.
hurt
Hot
anymore.
dishes like casserole topped with
I
tater
can
tot.
eat again. It doesn't hurt anymore.
Oh, I'm so
Let's do it.
glad. That'll be on your triumphs later, eh?
Right.
So, and that's why we drink. Absolutely love. I'll say this is the difference for me is that Wine and Crime, no, what do you call it? No holds barred. Like they say what they feel.
yes.
Yeah.
They
Whereas
don't
they are
give
very
0 Fs.
politically correct on, and that's why we drink.
Yes, and I like both.
It's
being
like kind of nice to have like your different moods.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
But
being podcasters, like
I absolutely
I can
love,
feel
and that's
that.
why we drink, because there are so many separate groups on Facebook with it. I'm actually
yeah.
in and that's why we drink Baby Bumps and Beyond group.
Cute.
And that has been the biggest help with my anxiety, because I'm like,
Good.
they are my people. They understand.
I
They're
don't know
always
how you guys, you gals do all of that. Assuming that you're watching this because we're that big. No.
Obviously.
But like, I don't know how they freaking do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hold on. How they freaking do that, because it's so much. Like, we can barely keep to posting on the regular basis.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do all of those things? Like, we try to do a Patreon. We've done nothing with it. It literally, we get emails.
I forgot about it.
Hey, you have a Patreon. You could do this with this. And we're like,
Maybe one day.
We
I
need people
know.
to email us some questions and
I know.
all the fun stuff, so we can make like a full questionnaire episode and whatnot.
They have like
It can be about us. It can be about life. It could anything. I don't care. But yeah,
they get like fan art and stuff. I want some fan art.
Ooh.
Doodle us.
That, Oh god.
I'd be
Can
all
you make
for
me
it.
skinnier?
Can you make us like?
Can you give me a
doodle,
Photoshop doodle?
Doodle us, but make it like
make us gorgeous.
what kind of animal we would be. So like make us like people animals.
But I don't want to
I
be an
like that.
elephant.
That'd be
Why would
me.
you be an elephant?
That'd
Neither
be
one
me.
of you would be an elephant.
You'd be the gazelle.
The gazelle. Flamingo.
A gazelle. We'd all be Florida animals. Want to be a crocodile? Or sorry, an alligator.
That's hysterical. Alright.
Heather, you'd
Be the fat raccoon.
Oh, I was gonna say you'd be one of those green anole lizards.
Why?
Because they're everywhere. They're
Like an
everywhere.
iguana?
No, the
No,
anoles.
the little
Oh.
green lizards.
I at least was gonna let you be an iguana. I mean,
What else does Florida?
Everything.
Rat snake.
ugh.
Got plenty of snakes.
These are the animals I'm thinking of when I think Florida.
You can't pick
Possums.
some cute one.
Mosquito.
That's not an animal. That's a nuisance.
Anyhow, we're getting off topic here.
And we're getting
Always.
long-winded, so let's go for
Triumphs.
All right.
Wait,
all
you
right.
made it through your list all the way, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Shout out to all of those wonderful podcasts, by
Yeah.
the way. You guys are doing amazing work, amazing jobs, and I think you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
Triumph,
going?
I'll go first.
Okay.
We,
You know she always wants to go first for Triumph.
I
but
know.
not
You know
anyone else.
I noticed.
well, I went first this time for trials.
I'm just messing
I'm
with
trying to
you.
just keep with it, okay?
You're doing a good job.
Jeez. Anyways, before I was rudely interrupted,
What was your Triumph?
we might find out the baby's gender Saturday
Yay!
if everything works out.
And
So,
then we can start shopping.
Oh,
Yes.
Lordy.
yes.
The shopping.
Yes.
I'm so excited. And either way, I'm gonna have one really ticked off kid.
Right? Because they both feel so strongly about one.
they both want...
Matthew really wants a brother because he says sisters are mean. And I was like,
Like, how
dude,
does
your
he-
brother's mean. I was like, what do you mean?
What experience does he have with sisters to know that sisters are mean?
I don't know. I was like, but you have a brother and he's mean. He's like, yeah, but sisters are mean. I'm like, she's gonna be 10 years younger than you. I don't think you're gonna have an issue.
No.
Yeah.
He'll...
And Jack is just very adamant. He wants a sister. He has a brother already. He doesn't want another one. And if it's a boy, he's not helping.
Oh.
Wants nothing to do with it if it's
He's
a boy.
not helping?
Yep. I was like,
Well,
aren't you gonna let
we
him
were
know?
depending on that.
I was like, oh crap.
That's too funny.
I really hope it's a girl.
How
I think it'll be a
disappointed
girl.
will he be?
That's why whenever we go, I'm gonna have the lady strictly just say something to me, because
So
we'll
you
bring
know
them
what's
home
happening.
and tell them,
Really?
because somebody's gonna have a meltdown,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm just not prepared to deal with that in public.
The thing is, though, in this day and age, it doesn't even matter. A baby is a baby
Yes.
for the longest time, you know? Gender
And
comes
I know,
later.
I know Jack would love them eventually,
Yes.
but
No matter what.
he's just so adamant.
That's
too
funny.
cute.
Mine, I don't know. I'm just really happy that I can eat again.
Yeah,
That's,
eating is
I-
that's
good.
a hell of a triumph.
I didn't realize how much pain I was in. So I still have to be real careful with what I do eat.
Mhm.
But I'm getting there.
Speaking of eating, I'm starving.
Yeah.
I know, we're almost there. Okay, so my triumph is that it's my birthday
Oh,
on
crap.
the 13th. And
I'm
I'll
kidding,
be
I knew.
35, which is weird. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like 35 is closer to 40 than 30.
You're
Maybe-
right in the middle.
Maybe by the
When you
end
learn rounding
of the
you're
year,
true.
or at the end of the year, like then it
Yeah.
will be closer to 40 than 30.
Yeah.
And it just feels weird. Turning 30, I was like fine with, but now that I'm headed to 40, I'm feeling like, whoa,
Ooh.
how did I get here?
Mhm.
This is kind of strange.
Meh.
It all just
I mean,
goes so
fine.
fast.
I say meh,
I'm
but
fine.
I'm not even 30 yet. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought
yeah.
I would freak out about 30.
30 was
And I
alright.
was totally good with 30. 35, I feel
I was
like I'll
ready
probably be
for
a little
it.
bit weird with.
I was ready for it.
Yeah.
30, fine, whatever. Cool. 35 feels a little weird because it
Coming
feels
up on 29.
closer to 40 than to 30 to me. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good. I'm healthy.
Yeah.
I got no
matters.
complaints. Life is all right. We're stable enough. We're getting through, so it's all right.
Yeah. Oh, I had another triumph that I wasn't even thinking.
Double up.
It sounds bad, and to explain, we found out that Zoe is gluten intolerant.
Oh, I almost said something. I didn't
and
know if
that
you wanted to
sounds
share.
bad. Because why would that be a good thing? But we've struggled for years for this girl to get some weight on her bones.
Yeah.
She's always been very, very thin. Always had stomach issues. I feel like an idiot for not figuring it out sooner. It never was even in my realm of thoughts. But she finally had the gluten intolerant test. Apparently at a 30 you are intolerant, and she got an 83.
Yeah.
So she's very intolerant. And so it's a good thing because hopefully once we take gluten out of her diet, which we obviously already have, but it's not an
Take a
overnight
little bit to
thing.
adjust, yeah.
She'll form a better relationship with food and not dread eating, and because she
Yes.
won't feel sick all the time. And she's always let us know that she feels sick, but we've always attributed it to her not liking the feeling of being full, when really it's that she actually doesn't feel well.
Right.
So
She's like
really,
an aha moment.
yeah, she's really excited about the idea that food doesn't suck.
Good.
So
Yeah.
How has she been feeling? I know it's only been like a couple days.
it's been like a day and a half, so we haven't really had any changes.
Was she excited about trying some new things?
She's very,
Apprehensive.
yeah.
Yeah.
She loved the waffles,
Oh, good. The
not
freezer
the
waffles?
bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the bread.
The freezer waffles are really good. Are they Vans?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just know that it said gluten-free on the box. I pretty much walked the entire store, and if it said gluten-free, it went
Grabbed
in the
it
basket.
to try it.
And
Did
it
you
was
get her some of the gluten-free pizzas?
yes.
Okay.
She didn't like them.
What?
Oh.
Zoe is very much in her head about it too, though. I think she's going
It'll
in it
take time.
expecting, because she can be a little bit like me, a little pessimistic sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I think it'll be what it is. But I think once she starts feeling better, that she'll put
realize,
the pieces together.
Yeah.
So
Well, and
yeah.
also because I am intolerant to not necessarily gluten, but like processed flours. I'm intolerant to bread.
Yeah.
So I am gluten free. And so if you get to like a place where you're like stuck or something, I know like I'm vegan gluten free, which
Yeah.
honestly can be even more of a challenge. But if there's certain something, you're like, how can I make this with this? Like, you'll be surprised. Like, even your oatmeal, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Get certified gluten-free oats, because depending on where they're processing them, they could be processing them with other grains that will contain gluten.
Contain gluten,
And
yeah.
you could still be this whole time like eating something thinking you're doing okay, but
And
really you're not. So it's going to be a lot of trial and error, like you were saying, and then just finding those things out, just like how it was for going vegan. You know,
Yeah.
there's a learning curve to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So if you get like hung up on something, let me know, because I might already,
Yeah,
I
and it's-
might already be aware.
Yeah, it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. There's going to be,
Well, she's
oops,
a
I fed you
kid.
gluten.
She's gonna go to friends'
Yeah.
houses and stuff. Like they're
And
things are gonna come up.
she is very frustrated with Zoe. She's a preteen. She just, anything that makes her different,
Right.
she doesn't like. So, uniqueness. It's all that it is. So, I don't know. I'm excited that we're finally
Excited to
getting
get it figured
somewhere.
out and
yeah.
get her on the right track.
So, but anyways,
On that note,
on that note, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.